Welcome back to Kung Fu Maintenance, where I show you how to make the most likely repairs you'll need to make in your lifetime. If you'd like to get the latest videos, subscribe and then hit the little bell icon right at the subscribe button and it'll notify you of any new videos when they're released for you. Welcome back to Kung Fu Maintenance. We had a repeat offender plumbing leak. This is actually the third time in the same spot. The first one was a cold line, and then the second one was the hot line. In this one, the hot line is leaking again. Fortunately, I had a ball valve installed the last time on the repairs. The water would not shut off all the way, so it was kind of nice to add the ball valve and then be able to shut off the water at the ball valve. And it was kind of looking at it was kind of strange. It looked like the solder joint was very weak, like the pipe did not extend at all into the coupling, or the coupling was not slipped over the copper pipe. And so it became a question of, did the plumbers who did the repair do the job properly the first time? And so just mulling it over and seeing now, they worked with me a little bit to make the repair, so that wasn't a big deal. But I just kind of wanted to have this discussion about if something leaks again, a repair that was done, is it the plumber's fault? Whose fault is it? What happened? You know, should you be paying full price again to have it done? Well, anyway, most plumbers guarantee their work for a period of time, and that's usually either written into their work order or their service contract, or however the job is set up. And some of them stand behind their work for a year if their specified time work fails or whatnot. And in some situations, they may say, well, they can make the repair, but there's going to be no guarantee because of the conditions. Maybe the pipe's in bad shape. Well, there can be outside influences. And on this one, it's sort of difficult to see and tell. You know, when you look at it at first, you just see that the pipe is not extended into the coupling, or the coupling's not slipped over the pipe. The thing is, there's a huge ficus tree right there. And what it looks like actually is the ficus tree roots pressed on the pipe and pulled the pipe out of the coupling. So it separated the coupling, the repair that was made. And this one, the previous repair was made about 1 year and 6 months, and then it failed. So it looks like the tree root has pushed it out. And part of how you can tell is by looking at the torch marks on the pipe on the solder joint, and you can see where the solder kind of stopped, or where the solder marks are, that you can see that it had been at one point inside of the pipe. I just thought it was a little bit, I'd share the discussion. I actually at first kind of well, you know, put a bit of pressure on the plumbers to, you know, they gave me a good deal to make it right. And but just wanted to say kind of that just because something looks like it was done wrong the first time doesn't always mean it was done wrong the first time. Sometimes there's more involved, and it just takes a bit more looking at. And this was one of those things. And I was gonna throw this video out there. I mean, I was kind of convinced that I was right in my own mind, that this one had been because of the way it was put together the first time. I thought that the pipe was not inserted, or the coupling was not slipped over the joint far enough. And you know, looking at it further and reviewing the footage and the pictures, realized that I was actually wrong, and so wanted to bring this video. I was gonna set the video up as an approach to, what do you think? And feel free to chime in still. But I sort of am changing this around just to kind of show it more, because I'm actually convinced that the pipe was pulled out from the tree roots. You know, trees do a huge amount of damage, and it's important to consider where you're placing trees, because they'll upheave sidewalks and they will ruin plumbing. Ficus tree is a very nice tree, but a ficus a lot of times has kind of shallow roots that show up, and it can do a lot of damage to concrete, to foundations, to sidewalks, you know, and to plumbing. And I think that's what happened on this one. And I thought I'd share the details with you, just for hopefully for better understanding and just an exploration of the subject. If you have any interesting comments on this, please do share them below. Other people can learn from what you share, and and from what's shared here. And hopefully all your plumbing repairs hold strong. Where there's life, there's mess, and it all takes work, and none of us would have jobs if things didn't happen. Sometimes it can be frustrating. Oftentimes, almost always they come when you're not expecting them. These particular problems, but with better understanding and a better idea of what's happening, it can help reach a better result and develop better plans for the future on how things are done. Wanted to give a few takeaways on this one, things that I noticed. My friend actually dug out this one, and there was just some good practices that I saw and wanted to call those to your attention, as they can spare you a lot of trouble. One was a huge piece of cardboard that can make digging out the deal a lot easier, as this one was able to reach in from the sidewalk, but put in the cardboard on the sidewalk. Made it a lot more convenient to be able to be done. And the other was a 5-gallon bucket, and then a 1-gallon bucket cut so that the handle was left behind, so that water can be scooped out of the hole. And the obvious one was adding caution tape around the area. You need to prevent and make people aware of what's happening, so that no one falls in the pit. And then the other was adding a ball valve to a repair like this one. This one, because that ball valve was added, was able to shut down the water at the ball valve and only have the hot water off the 4 units. And also because this repair failed again in the future, it made the second repair so much easier, in that I would have had to have 24 units or something off, no water, no hot water. And it's much easier when you can isolate things. So just all around, for so many reasons. So but adding that valve just kind of took a lot of stress out of the situation. And anyway, wanted to give you those takeaway points. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. Over and out. A quick search on my YouTube channel of whatever your maintenance needs are. You should find a bunch of different material that'll be helpful to your maintenance needs.